Have you ever noticed how you can remember the weird color of someone's water bottle or the exact moment you felt awkward and still forget their name 5 seconds later? That feels like a memory problem. Usually it isn't. Most of the time, your brain never really caught the name in the first place. When you're nervous, attention narrows around yourself. You start monitoring your face, your voice, your next sentence. The name arrives, but it doesn't land. That is the strange part. Forgetting names during introductions is often less about storage and more about encoding. Memory is not a filing cabinet waiting patiently for facts. It is more like wet cement. Whatever gets pressed in clearly leaves a mark. Whatever barely touches the surface disappears. And names are especially vulnerable because they arrive at the exact moment your mind is busy doing 10 other things, like smiling, shaking hands, and wondering if you sounded normal. Most people think good name memory is a gift, but look at what actually happens in real life. A classmate says, "Hi, I'm Maya," and your inner monologue answers, "Say something friendly." A neighbor introduces himself while you're carrying groceries. A coworker meets you before a meeting starts, and you are already thinking about the agenda. In each case, the name is treated like background noise, not because you do not care, because your attention was rented out to anxiety. Here's where it gets interesting. Dale Carnegie argued that a person's name is, to them, the sweetest and most important sound in any language. That sounds old-fashioned until you watch it happen. The moment you use someone's name naturally, the interaction gets warmer. It stops feeling generic. You are not talking to that guy from class. You are talking to Lena or Omar or Priya. A name turns contact into recognition. There is also a small dark mirror here. When you're nervous, it is easy to become focused on making a decent impression. That feels considerate. Sometimes it is self-absorption in polite clothing. You are so busy trying not to be awkward that you stop receiving the other person. That is why forgetting a name can create more distance than a clumsy sentence. It quietly says, "I was occupied with myself." Conversations stay thinner. Follow-ups get harder. So the real skill is not a fancy memory trick. It's learning to give the name one clean moment of attention. First, catch it properly. If you didn't hear it, don't bluff. Just say, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name clearly." If it's unusual or hard to pronounce, ask how it is spelled. People usually appreciate the care. Getting it right matters more than pretending. Next, repeat the name early but lightly. Not 5 times in 1 minute like a sales script, just enough to let your ears and mouth work together. "Nice to meet you, Maya. So you live in this building too, Omar?" That small repetition helps memory and checks pronunciation before too much time passes. Carnegie pointed out that people often fail with names because they never concentrate and never repeat. A calm echo gives the name a real shape. Finally, give the name a hook. Memory likes stories more than isolated labels. Connect the name to something concrete you can picture. Maya from biology class. Omar with the bike helmet. Priya in apartment 4B. Not a wild mnemonic, just a little piece of context. This is why remembering a few facts with the name works so well. A name attached to nothing floats away. A name attached to place, topic, or moment has somewhere to live. You are storing a tiny scene. This also helps with unfamiliar names. If someone says a name you do not usually hear, your brain may treat it like a sound and move on. Slow down. Rehearse it once in your head, or once aloud if natural. People notice the respect. And you will remember the exact name better than if you instantly replace it with a nickname. Precision here is warmth. For everyday life, there is one more quiet trick. After the conversation, especially if this person will be part of your regular orbit, write the name down privately with one clue. Nina, new teammate, loves trail running. Daniel, upstairs neighbor, orange dog. It takes 10 seconds. This is not cheating, it is reinforcement. You are giving the brain a second pass while the memory is still fresh. Repetition turns a brief encounter into something your mind can keep. And if you forget later anyway, recover early and cleanly. Do not spend 15 minutes dodging the moment with extra friendliness and zero names. Just say, "I'm sorry, your name slipped my mind for a second." That usually lands better than the evasive dance. Most people forgive honesty faster than guessing games. Social ease is not never missing. It is fixing small misses without panic. So maybe the useful reframe is this: remembering names is not a talent for extroverts. It is a small practice of presence. You hear clearly, you repeat naturally, you connect the name to a real human context. And once you see it that way, names become less of a memory test and more of a way of paying attention. If you enjoy unpacking everyday social skills like this, subscribe and tell me what small interaction we should explore next.